I'm Amy here on the floor. I'm with Brandy. Brandy, you're a freelance consultant, freelance. What would you say your title is?
A full-time freelancer.
And is that specific for, it's for specific or tech? And is it specific for an area of technology?
So my background is in React and React Native programming, and I have kind of, moved into also doing marketing and social media for companies, a lot of startups. So I kind of am a Jill of all trades, I like to say.
And you're based here in Orlando?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, let's take a walk through the floor, okay? So when you're a freelancer, what would be the recommendation that you would have? I mean, this show has amazing amounts of opportunity to come and learn, to look around, to talk to a lot of subject matter experts. Where would you give advice for someone who wanted to become a freelancer? What would you say to them in coming to a show such as Ignite?
So yeah, coming to a conference like this where there's so many people, it's so important to be walking around, talking with people. I think it's also important to have a business card, and even better, one that has like a QR code that you can scan to your LinkedIn profile, making it super easy for people to connect with you and to start building that relationship.
And so would you what I would think too would be a great opportunity is all these folks, there's so much talent here. You've got marketing, you got product, you got engineering, you have sales. So how can they get prepared in coming to something like Ignite, and what would you recommend in their preparation beyond here's my card and whatnot? What would you recommend?
What I like to do is to look up who is going to be sponsoring the events, to see who's there, and then you kind of make a hit list of the people that you want to target and start building relationships with. So you come in with a list of like your top 10 or even top 30 people that you want to interact with.
And for yourself, when did you go from working to go, hey, I want to freelance? What happened? What was the decision like?
It was about 2 years ago. I was working as a full-time software developer doing React Native. And I just decided that I wanted to do my own thing, make my own schedule, and that was it.
Yeah, and you're having a good time? You loving it?
I love it. I don't think I could ever go back to working a normal job.
Wow, that's awesome, Brandy. Well, listen, we're at the candy stop, okay? Because one of the things that's great about all of these booths is that you have a ton of swag. So that's another part of coming to the show.
One of the best.
So we can grab a candy and just continue to go. And so should we?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Oh, I'm going to get these. These are my favorite, okay? But I'm going to have to wait, eat them later, okay? So, Brandy, when you're talking with folks about becoming a freelance, what would you tell them to prepare for?
It's a lot of sales and marketing. So if you're a technical person, you also have to understand the sales side and the marketing side, because you're essentially selling your skill set to companies. So you have to be able to, do those things as well. It's not just doing the technical side.
Mm-hmm. So what were some of the challenges that you had?
Some of the challenges, there's always challenges getting clients, which is why going to conferences like this is so important, so you can meet new people and new prospective clients.
And if I was going to start from scratch, what would be the first thing you'd say for my success? What would give me the bolt out of the gate, as they say?
Well, I actually have an online school. It's called Freelancer School, and it goes through all of the sales and marketing to starting your own company, to getting your first clients, and using all the different social media platforms to start building relationships with different companies and the people at those companies.
Wow, that's cool. So did you program that whole thing yourself and do all the curriculum as well?
I wrote all the curriculum, I did all the video editing. I use a third party called Teachable to do all the hosting for me. But yeah, it's been great. And
what is we want the URL, what's your handle, so go ahead and put those plugs right here.
There. Well, my name's Brandy Morgan. You can find me pretty much with that on all social platforms, or Miss Brandy Morgan. And my school is freelancerschool.co.
Okay, all right. So we've got a few more minutes. Let's continue to look around and see what else we got going on.
Let's do it.
Okay? We're going to go this way. All right. So, okay, tell me, what have you enjoyed from this conference in particular?
I've really enjoyed meeting different people. I've met several people that work at Microsoft, that do different things, and I've really enjoyed that because I get to learn about all the new technologies and how they're really playing a role in solving business needs.
So when I want to back up for a minute because you talked about, you started in programming, is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, so you really had a very good foundation before you launched into being a freelancer. So that would be something I bet is that a part of your assessment when you talk to other people who are making that decision to go from being employed by an organization to being a freelancer? Do you talk through with them what their skill set is?
Yep, it's really good to be like very technical, but then you also need those soft skills. Communication is probably one of the most important skills if you're going to be a freelancer, because you're the one talking to the client, whether that's verbal communication or written communication. That's like top up there with your technical skills.
What kind of advice would you provide to someone around, boy, I would be nervous about this. How do I pay myself? How do I tell someone what my worth is in an hourly rate? I don't know. What would you say?
That's a really great question, and it really depends on the project. And it also depends on where that client is located as well. And you want to take in like the industry standards based on what it is that you're doing for them. And then I always like to go 10% higher so there's room for negotiation.
Oh, okay, sure. And then there's the practicality stuff of covering your own things and whatnot. But I think that's great advice. So with being a freelancer, I know you're based here in Orlando, but you know, the internet is the operating system now of the world. So you can go anywhere. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I get to travel back home to visit my family for like 3 to 6 weeks at a time, which is really nice. And yeah, I'm here, but most of my clients are not here. Most of my clients are either based in New York City or LA or kind of all over.
Okay, wow, that's nice. So then are we ready to wrap? Okay guys, then we're wrapping it up with Brandy. Brandy, that's a great, what you're doing is really, really exciting. So thank you so much for your time today. Okay, back to the live desk.
Okay.